During KX News at 4, we spoke about residential development in our state. Now it's time for part 2. We are talking about commercial development in the capital city. And right now, once again, joining me is Ben from the city of Bismarck. Hello again.
Hello. I'm glad to be back.
All right. So, well, let's just get this started. All right. So first off, what is the city's 5-year plan when it comes to commercial development?
Yeah, so in the previous segment, Christina, I mentioned that the city of Bismarck is currently in the process of developing Together 2045. That's our comprehensive plan, which looks at all types of development, not only commercial but residential, industrial, what types of park and open space demands there might be, and so really it's a timely question. That plan will be going before our city commission, the Bismarck City Commission, coming up here in December, where they'll be considering it, and so that really looks out over the next 25 years to identify what some of those needs might be in the community and how we might try to address some of those.
Okay, and kind of when it comes to like commercial development, what do you guys kind of look for before you break ground?
That's a great question. So when we're trying to identify areas for commercial development, so we establish sort of a future land use plan that we look at, which identifies maybe areas that are more suitable for certain types of development. And in commercial development, there might be different scales of development. You might have an area like Kirkwood Mall, where there's a larger regional draw. People from around the state and around the region are coming into Kirkwood Mall. You might have an area like, if you're familiar with Arrowhead Plaza, which is up near St. Mary's Academy, where although that started out as sort of a regional draw in the 1950s when that was initially developed, it's become more of a neighborhood-focused commercial area. So you might have different scales of commercial development, and actually kind of mixing appropriate commercial areas with residential areas is something we try to allow for and support as staff, so folks have less distance to drive, or they can choose to walk or bike to get some of their basic needs met. And so we try to find areas where that might be appropriate in a neighborhood setting. For those larger regional commercial centers, we're typically looking at major transportation corridors, areas where people are traveling from around the region, for where we would recommend those types of developments to occur.
In the city's opinion, what does a city like Bismarck really need right now in the commercial kind of sector?
Yeah, so I would say in general, some of the questions or some of the issues that were posed to us as we've been looking out long term for what some of our needs might be. One of them was affordability of housing, and we talked about that in our last segment. Another area that of concern that came up to the public or of interest is the ability to be able to continue to develop, but in a way that is financially sustainable. So it's in a way that we can provide infrastructure and services to not only residential areas but commercial areas. The need also related to this question that came up was the ability to retain and attract workforce. For instance, yourself, you came to Bismarck from another state, and we're happy you're here, and we're happy you're here. But we have a workforce shortage issue, as no secret to anybody, and Bismarck's not alone. But Bismarck does need to find a way, and we understand that we need to find a way to try to attract and retain folks such as yourself to stay in our community. And the fourth thing that really came across interestingly enough, from the public is the need for year-round recreational opportunities, and that kind of gets back to sustaining folks to be able to live here, the quality of life aspects that make Bismarck a wonderful place to live.
All right, yeah. I've enjoyed my time in Bismarck. I've only been here for probably about 6 months, but yeah. So thank you so much for coming here. That wraps us up for part 2, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you, Christina.